enjoyed the last bit of Christmas vacation with my family before I had to go back for my final semester of college, which I was excited yet kind of nervous for. I started it off with getting a request to I think it was I got asked to design a costume for the spring dance show at my college. But after I was so excited, but then realizing how much work I had, because I had work, I had directing class, and I would have to also design a costume, and I would also have to kind of design my work schedule behind that. But I wasn't really able to pick out what times I could do work and stuff, because my work schedule at school was very much this is your schedule for the entire week and you can't switch it. It's basically you're given a set schedule for the entirety of the semester. And after realizing it, I was like, nope, I'm not doing this. And I just told my supervisor slash teacher that I couldn't do it. They told me, that's fine. You do what you need to do. And just thank you for at least accepting this consideration. And that kind of gave me a little bit of a boost of confidence, because I felt oh my god, people actually liked my design work, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah. So next it was school started, and it was going pretty good at first, but just with the amount of stuff that I had to do, I was very much worried. How is this gonna go? What is going to happen? And I would say a lot of stuff happened. February was pretty good until the end of February, and that's kind of when it started to go downhill. So in February, I was freaking out because I had to not audition, but I had to cast for a exercise, not even a scene from my directing class, but a scene, not a scene, but an exercise. And I was having a hard time finding people. I was able to find people, but I feel that was just kind of a bad omen for the rest of the semester. And the beginning of March was just kind of downhill, because the beginning of March kind of led to the countdown to spring break, because the end of March is the beginning of spring break, and I was just so ready for spring break. And it was, I would say, probably some of the March kind of started some of the worst kind of stress I've ever dealt with. So March, I had to cast my first big scene of the semester, because we're given 2 big scenes to do, and this was my first one. And the play that we did, there was no crazy specific rules that we had to follow for the casting. It could be any race, any ethnicity, all that, but it just kind of had to be we had 2 guy characters and 2 women characters that we had to choose from, and scenes had either 2 girls, a girl and a guy, or all 4 at the same time. I choose the scene which is a girl and a guy, and that was just so hard, especially in theater where there's a lot of dudes. There are a lot of dudes compared to women for some reason. The populace, I don't know if this was for all all theater schools or all theater departments, but it's a lot less guys than there are girls, and that was really hard. But I was thankfully able And oh my god, that just was stressful because I was doing 2 rehearsals at the same time. Like I would have 1 rehearsal and then I would have to do the next one like right after. And my scene went really well, but the scene that I was doing was rough. Like we had a rehearsal the day before and it went swimmingly. I knew all my lines, everything went great, but when I was in the scene, like the actual scene itself, I blanked, and after the scene was over, I was devastated. I felt like I let so many people down. I let my director down and my scene partner down, and I felt so bad. I was literally bawling my eyes out, and my scene partner was like, "It's fine, this happens. You don't need to beat yourself up about it." But I have a hard time doing that because, like, I'm kind of a perfectionist. Like, if I even mess up something, I freak out and I basically shut down, and that's what happened. I messed up a line, but then everything was going swimmingly. But then I messed up so many other lines. I just shut down. And like, it was partly maybe because I didn't practice enough. I could have done that. But my director, he was like, oh, it was perfectly fine. He even like, he passed it with a B in the scene. But I was just like I felt like I was the only person really taking it seriously. But then after just like kind of thinking about it, like, people have such like big like mess ups. Everyone has mess ups, but you can't really do. You're gonna have a lot of mess ups. I kind of just learned that, like, you're gonna have a lot of mess ups, and you are just gonna have to learn how to deal with them and learn and move on. Like, this helped me learn your lines more, get them down more, and all that stuff. Like, I learned my lines. It's just that I can figure out them quickly. I just need to make sure that I have them down, have my cues down. And like, I'm still new to acting. Like, I know I've been acting since like middle school, but I haven't acted since like in 3 years. In actually 4 years. I haven't acted in like 4 years. And I can't let myself beat myself up because I haven't acted in so long. And I can't let that hurt me. So yeah, but my scene went well. I got a B on the scene, and I was really happy about that. And the next scene was gonna come up, and April was gonna come around, and that April was probably the worst month I've ever had. And April was like my birthday month. I was having the hardest time in casting because I did a play where it was like all Latino or Latin people, and it was just so hard. I think I've talked about casting before in previous Favorites and Hates, but just like the amount of stress, the amount of emotional, like, I literally broke down crying in class because I've had people that I thought I could count on literally bail on me at the last minute, and I couldn't do anything. But thankfully, the male actor that I had for my scene last time was thankfully able to do it again, and I was so happy about that. And I already had a female actor that I casted all the way back before your spring break even began, and that was just really tough dealing with. But then May rolled around, and just a lot of all-nighters and stuff like that. I've already talked about that. But then something happened in May, so I want to put a trigger warning here that I am going to be talking about loss sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow the Instagram and the Tubely too. But I will now be talking about the loss of a loved one. So, May 23rd, the day before I was supposed to leave her. Well, I should go back to the beginning where this kind of started. The spiral started. So, I previously had 2 dogs. And one of them. Sorry about that. My mom was checking up on me and saying goodnight. But time for the hard stuff. So, I had previously had 2 dogs, and one of them passed away recently. His name was Roscoe, and he was going to be 12 years old this year. But he unfortunately passed away. So, he was old, he was sick, but it started the 22nd of May. He had a tummy ache, he threw up, he was a little lethargic, and he had pretty bad stomach issues. And then the 23rd, that's when the bad stuff happened. I was sleeping in because I got back home from school not too long ago. The 19th, I came back home, and I got back home, and Roscoe seemed fine. But then the 23rd, my mom, that morning, she took Roscoe to the vet, and my mom told me he wasn't doing good, and I was just crying because I was just so terrified, because I was like, I don't want to lose my dog. I don't want to lose one of my best friends. And my mom told me they were doing the best they can and not to worry. But I was like, okay. And then I went to the nail salon because I was getting my nails done that day, because I was gonna go to graduation and I wanted to get my nails done. But right when we left the nail salon, when we got to the nail salon, they said he wasn't doing good, and that made me really worried. But I was like, no, he's gonna pull through. But then when we left the nail salon and got into the car, my mom got a call, and then she just started crying, saying he was gone. And I just broke down from there, because my dog was gone. And I was just so devastated, because I couldn't imagine that someone I was so close with could pass away. But he did. This reminded me of like when my grandfather died. He just, one moment he was doing fine, or he was stable, and the next moment he was gone. And that just, like, kind of ruined, not even want to leave. And it just feels like I can't really recovered from him being gone. But he's home. He's in his box. I just want to finish this video off with this last question. For people who have lost a pet, for anyone who's still here, how did you deal with it? Because this is the first time I lost a pet so close to me. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.